Hey there, I'm Simon, and I think I have some hair in my mouth, or close to getting into my mouth, so I will try to avoid that. As I said in the last video, I would start recording another one like directly after the other one finished, which I did. And now I'm here with hair in my mouth. But yeah, when I went shopping today, I started about thinking because I don't know why. It's probably because I think way too much, and yeah, um, something that can like really fuck with me sometimes is just looking at society. I can feel very alienated from society, and they think like everything is so fucking strange that I can do this. It it makes me, I don't know, it's it's so fucking strange that first of things that I'm even born. It's that anyone's has been born is like it's so fucking strange. It's a tiny bit of chance, like, which is insane. It's completely insane how our planet is, even though it's not that insane if you listen to like science saying that the universe is fucking large as fuck, and we notice more and more planets as time passes on because the light can get to us and we don't know how big the universe is, and there's just billions of planets like this, and or billions of planets, and probably a few very similar one to this. And it's just strange to think like that tiny fucking particles have somehow like got the right condition to actually start living with the atmosphere and all that stuff, and then like species evolving and then turning into humans eventually, and then we start from just bashing fucking rocks together and like killing animals with our bare hands and being fucking terrible at everything compared to most animals. We somehow survive, evolve, manage to make fires, and shit just gets out of hand because we develop languages and weird fucking technology and money, and it's just, it's so fucking strange. Like, people often think that they're better than animals. They forget that they're animals too, and it annoys me a bit because now I'm like getting off to like a side thingy, which wasn't really the point right now. I would like to get back to that later, but let's do it now that we're still fucking animals, and there's a lot of things that we do that doesn't make sense. We get angry, we get happy, we get horny, like all these things we really can't control, which is the proof that we are still fucking animals. Because like if you get horny, you get fucking weird, your brain stops working correctly, or if you're angry, just you stop functioning. You're not the same person when you're under those moods, and you can't really think rationally and act like your morals go out the window. And yeah, there's a lot of things that I do that I want to get better on, like only simple things as not being an asshole to other people for whatever reason, having my pre prejudice. I get a tongue tie, which I do. All the expectations of other people, and when you look at someone you always think something that's probably not true because you put people into this boxes of other people. I'm really lacking words right now. I can't find the proper English words I'm searching for, so but you file people into, like, based on their skin or whatever fucking dumb reason, you file people in with other people. And there's I'm always trying to become a better person constantly because I don't know why really, but that's how I've chosen to live my life. And I'm also trying, like, I'm trying to make the world a better place, basically, mostly. Which I don't really know why I'm doing either, but I think it's because I think it's like it's so insane that we exist as we are, and I'm really happy with like getting the chance to live or exist at all because it's it's as it's basically a miracle. It's a strange fucking thing that I exist, and I will die sometime, and so I try to cherish what I got and try to make the best of it, even though like I spend a lot of my time doing shit all basically, but I still don't see that as wasted time because I'm probably thinking about something then, or just trying to relax and just stay sane. And I don't know, just do the things like I think is best for myself in some way or another. I do a lot of things that I know is not good for me too, but everything have two sides, like drinking alcohol or whatever. You know it's bad for you, but there's also like all these positive things, all these experiences you wouldn't have experienced if you wouldn't get fucking drunk as fuck and do something stupid, or just going to parties having fun and stuff like that. So there's always a good side and a bad side of everything. And yeah, like it's it's just strange being able to do this. It's so strange that we have money and we always work towards something. There's all this stuff we feel like we need to do. There's nothing you need to do. There's nothing that's right, and like everything is made up simply, or most things are made up in one way or another. Like how you perceive things are made up because you can never know how another person perceives anything. What I think, like colors, maybe green color is yellow for you, or whatever, like that. Like, that's just a basic thing to, like, explain how people can perceive things so differently with, like, everything. We may, like, perceive sound differently, or how we see things, and how we it's just everything. And we basically made up this weird fucking society, and it's just fucking strange to me. And we have all these rules and morals, and that doesn't really exist. It's something that we just like as a society have thought up, and then you have your personal things that you think is right and wrong and stuff like that. But right and wrong doesn't exist. If you want to kill people, fucking kill people. Like, it isn't wrong. I don't support it personally, but like there's no right and wrong really. I mean, there is simply isn't, because anything doesn't really matter at all, because we everything on this planet will cease to exist sooner or later. And I don't know how things will affect how we act, and if it will affect anything at all, or it's hard to know. And if there's like actually is a purpose of this universe, and or if it's just fucking chance that you can do, it's your fucking playground that you can do anything with. It's I don't believe there's like true purpose of anything. It might be, I'm open for it, but I think it's just random chance. And something that also is very interesting, which is kind of this string of the same thing, is something I find really interesting, is the butterfly effect. And then, but in a normal fucking sane way, because I know it's like the butterfly effect have a lot of hocus pocus connected to it sometimes in some theories, and because it's from Indian, like, or not Indian, Native American, if you're gonna be politically correct about it. And yeah, it comes from there, when it's probably the first culture talking about it, far as I know. But everything you do changes the whole world and maybe the whole universe. Because, like, just killing a fucking ant will change the whole universe, basically, which is weird. It it will probably take time, and but everything changes everything. If someone watches this and listening to this, your life will be completely different, not by much. Not necessarily that the things I'm saying is life changing for you, but it basically is, because everything you do will, if I just affect you slightly, you might have another thought and do something slightly different. Then time passes by, you interact with someone else, and because your like timeline is just gotten a little bit nudged, that creates a whole new branch of things that will happen and can happen. And then you talk to someone which does something and then talks to someone else, or like everything you do affects everyone. And even though you don't know what the little thing you do, how it will affect the world, it will most likely. Even if you just disappear completely, that will affect people. If you just stop existing, or if no one, like no one cares about you or know that you exist, even that will change how you will change the world with that. Because if you go and die in a corner somewhere, someone will eventually find you, your body, and or skeleton or whatever remains you leave, and even then you change everything. So I don't know. I just think about existential things quite often, and it's really interesting, but it also fucks with you a bit. I've learned to not like go completely insane over it, even though sometimes like I don't really get anxiety over my existence so often, to be honest. I'm quite fine with just being created by random chance. I'm probably gonna die by random chance, and yeah, it's just interesting. So I like to think about it. And I think it helps also, like seeing what's important and not in life, because as I said, nothing really matters. And some people may say that that's a like a negative way of thinking about things, that nothing really matters. But when I think about it, it's really calming because I can do whatever I feel like, and in the end, it doesn't really matter, like the Linkin Park song. And it's just nice knowing that even though how much pain or shit and suffering I will go through, it will end. So even though I've been very depressed and suicidal when I was younger, now I'm just depressed sometimes. And it's just nice to know that everything has an end, and it's quite sad also that everything has an end and your life is limited. But if you would survive for all eternity, I don't think I would like to survive for all eternity. I just like the feeling like I can try to live a happy life, then it's over. If it's shit, then it's over. And I just cease to exist. And something I will or want to do is have affected the world and like want to be remembered in some way, like just having a kid or doing something that people get inspired by or something. And that doesn't really matter too, but that's something just I want from my life right now, is have a legacy for when I'm gone, which is interesting. I don't know why that is, but that's for another time because I'm past 50 minutes by 2 minutes and 5 seconds right now. So, yeah, thanks for listening me to rambling. It was probably more interesting than the soup thing, but you never know. Maybe ah, fuck it. Thanks for watching and goodbye. It will be nice talking to myself.